Hello everybody and Happy New Year once again. This video is going to be all about the best in beauty for the year that just went by. I've filmed one of these videos also last year, which I'm going to link on the screen right now in case you're interested in watching that. But without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. I am going to skip primer because I don't use them, that's the bare truth. I have a couple, I have MAC Prep and Prime and I have another one by Becca, but I haven't used primer more than a couple of times throughout the whole of 2017. So for me, including a primer would be an absolutely lie. So I'm going to jump straight into the foundation. And the foundation that really blew my mind during 2017 is this one, which is the YSL All Hour Foundation. This is a matte foundation, and usually I'm someone that I tend to stray away from matte simply because that my skin is so dry and so sensitive, and anything with the word matte on it I stay away from. But this one right here, it's an incredible foundation. I must say I discovered this throughout the second half of the year, but ever since I tried this foundation, I haven't looked back and I haven't reached for any other of my foundations. It comes with a pump. I use 1 or 1.5 pumps, and I tend to apply it with my fingers and then I'll go over it with a beauty blender or a beauty sponge to make sure that it's blended nicely and there are no harsh lines. But yeah, this by far has to be the foundation of 2017. Moving on to concealer now. The best concealer of the year for me has to go to the Glossier Stretch Concealer. Now, when I first bought this concealer, I wasn't sure about it, and I remember very specifically the first couple of times that I've used this one, I was a little bit on the fence about it. I didn't hate it, but I definitely didn't love it. So it took me some time to get used to this formula. For your reference, this is the shade Medium, and this is a very interesting formula. It's quite, I don't even know how to describe it. It's quite wet. It's for sure very hydrating. I felt the first couple of times that I've used it that it went all over the place, but after the third or fourth time I kept using these, I slowly turned my mind, and ever since I haven't used another concealer. I mean, you can see how much I've used already. It's beautiful. It's the only concealer I've found so far that I don't need to set with powder. Sometimes when I'm in a hurry, or sometimes when I have really bad dry skin, I tend to not use any powder. So this one is the only concealer that I want to say it doesn't cake or cling into my fine lines. Maybe a little bit after hours and hours of use, but nothing significant. And I really like that one, and I for sure gonna keep using it throughout 2018. By the way, you guys, all the products that I'm mentioning on my video I am wearing today, apart from the next one. And the next one is the bronzing category. Literally so gloomy and miserable outside today. Initially I was planning to wear bronzer, but then I said, what's the point? I mean, you know, it's just a horrible, dark, gloomy day. So now the best bronzer of 2017 has to go to the Bobbi Brown bronzer in Natural One. Now, I've used this bronzer every single day almost. Not only in 2017, but also in 2016. And as you can see, I still haven't hit pan, which is a miracle considering how much I use this product. This bronzer I love simply because the shade is the ideal shade for me. It's not too orangey, it's not too matte, it's not too warm, it's not too cool. It's perfect. And what can I say? It's the one and only bronzer almost that I reach for throughout the whole year. I love it, and I strongly recommend it if you are on the market for a really natural, beautiful bronzer. Look no further than the Bobbi Brown one in Natural One. Obviously this is matte, but it doesn't make you look flat, if you know what I mean. When it comes to blusher now, I really had to think about this one just because I am someone that has rosacea. So my face is constantly red throughout the whole day, and me with blushes don't get that along, if you know what I mean. My mission is to counteract my redness. However, when I thought of blush as a category, the first thing that came to my mind is another product by Glossier, and it's the Glossier Cloud Paint in the color Dusk. This is a revolutionary product for me. It blends beautifully. I wasn't the biggest fan of cream bronzers before I came across the Glossier Cloud Paints. These blend like a dream, seriously. They require no effort. I just apply the tiniest amount on my cheeks and then I blend it in with my fingers. I specifically really like the color Dusk because I think it matches so many different skin tones and it goes with so many different looks. It's definitely a warm, corally, peachy color. I'm horrible at describing colors, and oh yeah, I have used this blush so much throughout the year. Now when it comes to highlighter, I have to stick with the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the color Champagne Pop. I mean, this is by far my most used highlighter ever. I generally love all the Becca highlighters because of how finely milled they are and how beautifully they sit on the skin, but the color Champagne Pop is a little bit tricky to show it to you guys just because it has broke on me, so if I open it, it's gonna fall all over the place. But I'm pretty sure you all know how Champagne Pop looks like. Again, it's what I have on my cheeks today. A very warm champagne-y color. I think it matches my skin tone beautifully. Again, if you're not into warm highlighters and you like something more cool tone, Becca is a beautiful option. But for me specifically, Champagne Pop, best highlighter, not only of 2017, but throughout the years. I think I'm gonna move on to brows next, and brows for me is a very serious category. I mean, I tend to spend a lot of time making sure that my brows seem somewhat decent because my brows are very sparse naturally, so I have to go in and fill them in. And the product that stood out for me this year, and it for sure made my life more easy when it comes to brows, is the Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil. Now this is a double-ended pencil. On one side you have a spoolie, which I really like, and I tend to get a brow snob and I don't even look at products that they don't come with a spoolie anymore. I find it so useful. I always comb my brow hair before I apply any product and then after I apply any product. This way I believe I get a more natural result. And then on the other end of the pencil you have the actual brow product. I'm using the color 4. I know that some people like to go for something a little bit finer as a tip. This is quite chunky, but as I said, my brows are quite sparse, so for me this is the ideal size, and yeah, I haven't looked back ever since I got this. I'm gonna move on to eyeshadows now, and boy, this has been a hard category for me. I have 2 products in this category. I have a single shadow and I have an eyeshadow palette. And the single shadow eyeshadow that I would like to mention is the By Terry Ombre Black Star in the color 4 Bronze Moon. I have talked about the By Terry Ombre Black Stars so many times on my channel, but they are worth it because they're simply the best. This is what they look like. They are like a pencil. I specifically love this color. This is what I wear on the days that I want a non-makeup day, when I want just one eyeshadow all over the lid and just a little bit of mascara and I'm out of the house. This is the color I always go to. This is my go-to color again because this is such a nice bronze warm color that I use during the spring, and this is the only eyeshadow color that I use during the summer. You know, when I'm packing for my summer vacations and my summer holidays, I'm very minimalistic with what I take with me in terms of makeup, and just literally take one eyeshadow that I know I can blend easily with my fingers, and that's the color I go for. They are expensive because they are by Terry, but they're so worth the money, and the longevity of these shadows is just incredible. You will apply this in the morning, and even after, I want to say, 10 hours of wear, they still go strong. So definitely one of the best products, and for sure one of my most worn single eyeshadows in 2017. Now, when it comes to a whole palette, 2017 had numerous launches of new eyeshadow palettes. I cannot say that I have got them all. I've got a lot of them. The one that I did get my hands on and the one that I really liked and stood out for me has to be the NARS Narcissist Loaded palette. Now, these, I want to say, launched around early springtime last year, and this is a warm tone eyeshadow palette which I've used tons. Like, this is me in a palette basically, and especially the middle row is absolutely fantastic. Again, this is what I have on my eyes today. I think it's a very versatile palette, and you can do so many different looks with just one palette. That's what I really like. I mean, there were other palettes that they were amazing and that launched throughout last year, but I think you always needed something else in order to complete a look. Whereas I find with this one, you have so many complete different makeup looks that you can do without reaching for any other palettes. Now, still talking about eyes, I'm gonna mention my two favorite eyeliners, and they both are from Urban Decay, and they are the 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencils. I have two ones here. These are amazing products. I have a black one in the color Legend, and I have a brown one in the color Whiskey. These glide on, as the name would suggest, like nothing else. They almost have like a gel formula, even though they're not a gel. It's very weird, but they apply beautifully. These two colors in particular, the black one and the brown one, are two basic colors that, you know, they get you covered with so many different eye looks, and I really recommend them. To finish off with the eyes, I'm going to talk about mascaras. Boy, this was the hardest category because mascara tends to be so subjective. So I managed to narrow it down to two mascaras. One is high-end and one is drugstore. Now, the high-end one I don't have physically with me, but I have used tons throughout the year that just went by. I'm talking about the Lancome Grandiose Extreme Mascara. These, I don't believe it was launched in 2017, but it was for sure the mascara that I used the most throughout the year. And when it comes to drugstore, you know, the prize has to go to the Maybelline Last Sensational in Intense Black. This is a great mascara that offers both volume and length, and that's what I want. I don't want to choose length over volume or vice versa. I want everything. And I think this mascara does that. It's very affordable, and yeah, nothing more to say about this mascara rather than that it is a great one. Whew. Okay, we're almost getting to the end, you guys, so bear with me, we're almost there. I'm gonna finish this video off, well, no, I'm not gonna finish with this video, but I'm gonna move on to lips now. And the first product I'm gonna mention is my most worn lip liner for the year, and it has to go to Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. I mean, this product doesn't need any introduction. This has been a very hyped up product. I don't know of any beauty blogger or makeup artist that doesn't love this lip liner. So natural, very easy to overline your lips without getting that horrible, you know, overline look. Very natural, very creamy, and yeah, it was one of the only lip liners that I used throughout the year. Again, as you can see, I'm almost running out of, and I need to repurchase one pretty soon. And when it comes to lipstick, again, do I really need to mention that? I think this lipstick, it was the most mentioned product on my channel throughout the whole of 2017, and it has to go to YSL, the Rouge Pure Couture lipstick, and in particular in the color 70. Like, you can see how much I've got left here, and this is the lipstick that I've been wearing today. This is the lipstick I've been wearing 8 out of 10 times when I film. This is the lipstick that I keep on my handbag when I want to reapply. So easy to apply, so creamy. You don't need a lip liner, even though I'm wearing one today, the Charlotte Tilbury in Pillow Talk. Such a beautiful lipstick. Goes with so many different eye makeup looks. I said to myself that I'm not gonna repurchase it once this runs out because I'm on a lipstick ban. I have so many lipsticks that I just simply ignore and use this one. So I said to myself, okay, use it until it's gone, but once it runs out, you're not allowed to pick that one up again because you have so many lipsticks that I need to go through. But it would be hard, people. It would be hard because the formula of this and the color of this is just the perfect pinky nude that simply flatters everyone and just goes with everything, really. And the last and final product of this video has to be a makeup remover. I mean, we talked about all this makeup that we apply on our face, but how the heck do we get it off, right? And the best product in this category for me has to be the Clinique Take the Day Off. Again, this is such a cult classic. I love this product. I've used this is, I think, my second tab. This is like a balm that you scoop out a little bit on your fingers and you rub it all over dry skin, not wet skin, dry skin. And it's so luxurious, it's so moisturizing, especially for someone like me that has really dry skin. This is a very luxurious, comforting balm. It doesn't really smell of anything, and it's just, it takes your makeup off so well. So I always go in with a second cleanse, but as a first cleanse, I absolutely adore this and I would strongly recommend it. So that makes it, you guys. That was everything that was in Best in Beauty of 2017. What is the one product that you've used the most throughout 2017? Please do let me know in the comments down below. If you like this video, as always, don't forget to give it a good old thumbs up, and as I'll see you all very soon with another exciting video. Bye, you guys!